If he had a gun, he would shoot us. He keep doing this.
This is Anne from Rwanda. Fear and misinformation surrounding the coronavirus has prompted unwarranted discrimination against Chinese people and also other people from Asian descent or appearance. We had a plan to do a street interview to cover different opinions on this matter, but since we are social distancing to keep ourselves safe and others safe, we decide to reach out to our friends in the community who we know have experienced this kind of discrimination before. So let's hear what they have to say.
I remember the time was around 8:43, 8:45 when I just 150 meters away from the supermarket. And on the road, the light is quite dark. I don't know how, but the light is quite dark during that time. And on the roads, there were only me, two Finnish men. And yeah, at the time I have passed the roundabout, I realized that those two Finnish guys, they start looking at me quite aggressively. I don't know why, but I start recognizing the trouble. I actively walk away, keep distant from them, just to make sure that nothing's gonna happen. But yeah, they try to approach me, and in 2 to 3 seconds, I have just have enough time to realize that something dangerous coming, and I just turn my head back, and I can barely avoid the how can I say it's a punch. I can consider it as a punch. They successfully hit my shoulders, and the other guy, the one who hasn't punched me, who hasn't tried to punch me, he started asking quite aggressively in a loud voice, "Ni takulo," as a normal reaction. In 1 or 2 seconds, I just turn my head back, avoid that punch, and then asking only one word, "What?" And then I realized that the situation is quite dangerous. So I just definitely decided to walk quickly toward the supermarket to avoid the coming troubles. Mm-hmm. And luckily they didn't try to follow me to the supermarket. But I believe I would be safe in the supermarket as well, because there were so many security cameras.
Really? It was in the evening when the second case of coronavirus happened in Finland. Right in that evening, we were on the commuter train from Puistola to Helsinki, and right a minute, like just 10 seconds, we sat on the train, and one guy sitting in the opposite was coughing at us. He was like fake coughing. And then he said very racist comment about Chinese people, how we are the virus. Chinese are virus, how Chinese are the abomination. Chinese shouldn't be here. And he was like, if he had a gun, he would shoot us. He keep doing this.
Yeah, so in the beginning, when he was fake coughing at us, I was trying to avoid the situation. I mean, this is not the first time this happening to me, at least. So I was just smiling along and just like hope that it will stop. But he looks directly into me, into my eyes, and start saying like, "No coronavirus, yeah." F this Chinese people, and I start talk back to him. I told him like, not everyone from Asia is from China, and we start talking back and forth, and then it comes to the point where Long says that he's saying like, if I could shoot you, I would, and intimidate us by imitating, shooting at us, and saying burn China and burn Chinese people at the end before he exits the train. So yeah, that's the incident.
What were your feelings at that moment? Were you angry or frustrated?
I was angry. I don't know how long.
I was a little bit shocked because this virus has not only made people sick but also make people stupid. Because this is actually my first time being discriminated directly in public. So I actually said nothing. I said nothing to the man. I just stand there.
So you said that you were angry, and also you said that you would say something next time to the people that discriminate against you. So now you have the chance. What would you say?
What you are doing is not okay. Please stop. I think that's like very simple way to put it. Let them know your intention. Let other people around you know your intention. Like the woman on the train that helped us to defend us, she just says simply like, "Hey, you, stop."
Lopeta.
Yeah, that's what she said, and I think that's something simple, non-threatening, non-violence that anyone can say when you see this kind of situation.
It doesn't belong to the culture, simply that. So people usually wear masks when they are, for example, having a really serious respiratory illness or having directly taken care of the people or patients at the hospital or medical care center. And this is completely different from the way of using masks in some Asian country. For example, in Vietnam, at least I know in Vietnam, we have lots of industrialized suburbs. So lots of factories have been generating a huge amount of intoxicating gases. And we also have to suffer from heavy traffic. Why we are driving motorbike around, especially in the big city, we are exposed to the air pollution. So that's why it is really important for us to wear a mask. It becomes one of the most effective way to protect ourselves. And that occurred even before the coronavirus outbreak.
My colleague, who is Finnish, she told me that that's quite silly. At the very beginning of this coronavirus period, she told me that it's quite silly when people keep buying face masks because it could not protect you from the virus as well. It just protect you from dust, from dirty things, but not virus. She also stated that using hand sanitizers and keeping distant from the others is enough. Yeah, I think that's a good example for that Westerners trying to not wearing mask or consider wearing face mask as you having health problem.
Maybe we are the minority. Maybe we are the typical Asian who are silent and shy, who just want to live silently, who don't want to get in the spotlight. But we got to speak out. But probably there is more, like in Italy, in South Korea. And because of the misinformation, the ignorance, people would probably attack on the Asian. And we got to speak out, we got to do something. We cannot let that go. If somebody do that to you on the train, just talk back to them, tell them to stop. Or if you see people being attacked, then help them. Don't just them bear all the burden, bear all the assaults by themselves. You got to help them. I was defended by a Finnish lady, and nobody in the train was doing anything except for her. So if we just sat there, chicken out, and that guy would have do something to us. So I would say many thanks to that lady.
What do you think about the responses? Let us know in the comments below. For more local insights about global news, trends, and issues, follow Duande's social media channel. Stay safe.